that balance of power Chris mentioned, determined by the people. Voters determined to have their voice heard. A lot of folks waited in long lines in Chicago, including here outside the Loop Super Site.
A similar story in the suburbs. The line wound around the building here at an early voting site in Orland Park. We're hearing of voters waiting as long as 4 hours in some spots. Impatience boiled over this weekend. Our Charlie DeMar is in the newsroom tonight with a story of flying fists and 2 injured election workers. Charlie.
And Joe and Erica, the longtime election worker who we spoke with says that in his nearly 40 years volunteering at the polls that there has certainly been a few arguments over the years, but nothing like the violence he faced on Sunday. Daniel Schmidt is accused of punching a 74-year-old Orland Park election judge and injuring another in her 80s.
I think he just made a very, very bad mistake is what he did. We haven't had really the political violence. This was, I just think, a young man that had some anger issues.
The longtime election judge asked us to conceal his identity, but told us over the phone it all started Sunday when Schmidt skipped a line of about 100 people waiting to vote at this early voting location in Orland Park. It got violent when poll workers confronted the 24-year-old to wait his turn in line.
I got in his way to stop him. We exchanged some words, and then he hit me in the left side of my face.
The election judge says another poll worker and a voter stepped in and wrestled Schmidt down until police came. Police say he resisted officers as well.
Nothing political. He didn't sound like he was from either party. He just sounded like he wanted to have his way and that we were stopping him from having his way.
The Pentagon says Illinois is among at least 6 states to activate some of its National Guardsmen ahead of Tuesday's election for the fear of political violence. The governor's office denies this. The FBI has launched a security command center and is ready to respond to any issues that pop up Tuesday or in the days after the election.
Threats to election workers, foreign malign influence, cyber threats, and acts of domestic violence.
Back in Orland Park, voters waiting in line are calling for political civility after violence found its way home at their voting site.
The first thing that comes to mind is sadness at the state of humanity.
There's no reason for that whatsoever.
And that injured election judge says there is some bruising to his face and leg, but he was back at that polling location on Monday to help voters cast their early ballots. Live in the newsroom, I'm Charlie DeMar, CBS News Chicago. Erica?
Okay, Charlie, thank you.